Hello, everyone. So, your activity for today is going to be looking at why Ronald Reagan was considered the great communicator. So, yesterday you guys learned about Ronald Reagan and some of the basics of the programs and stuff that he put into place as he was president. But Ronald Reagan was also known as the great communicator, and you guys are exploring that today. So, the first thing you're going to do is click on this material posted in Google Classroom, and you guys are already doing number one. And then you guys are going to click this Google slide thing here, which is going to open this up. And this is going to have some more specific instructions on what we are trying to get accomplished today. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in presentation mode. So we know during his presidency, Ronald Reagan earned this title as the Great Communicator, and even today, a lot of professors in speech classes and things like that use him as an example of a great public speaker. But what you guys are looking at is why. Like, why was he known as this great public speaker? What did he do that made him stand out above other presidents for being able to speak to the nation? So we're going to be exploring that today. And the first thing that you are going to do is you're going to choose two speeches that you guys want to listen to. Okay, so you can see we have like multiple different speeches here. The Evil Empire speech is the first one. None of these speeches are longer than 5 minutes. Like they're all 2 minutes, 3 minutes. There's a couple that are 4 minutes, but you only need to choose two. The Evil Empire speech is about Ronald Reagan and his view of the Soviet Union. Tear down this wall is when he asks Gorbachev to tear down the Berlin Wall. So that's a very, very, very famous speech by Ronald Reagan. The Challenger disaster, if you don't know what that is, when the spaceship blew up, he then spoke to the nation and tried to calm those people down, things like that. So that is the Challenger disaster speech. A Time for Choosing was actually before he was president in the 1960s and talking about how we can't appease people. So it's kind of like his view on the military and what our America's job is to do and like kind of respond to different countries that are at conflicts. At that point would have been the Vietnam War. The Iran-Contra affair was the biggest scandal during the Ronald Reagan presidency, and so you can read on how he is addressing the Iran-Contra affair. And A Shining City Upon the Hill was one of the last speeches he gave as president, and he talks about, the White House in America being this little shining city upon a hill, and so you could listen to that one as well too, but you only need to pick two of the six to listen to. As you listen to those two speeches, you need to take notes or think about what is the speech about, generally? Okay, what is he saying in the speech? What is it about? Why is he giving it in the first place? And two, what makes him such a great speaker? What are some things that he does as you're listening to him that people would be like, man, he is a great communicator? Like, what are those qualities? What are the things that he does while he is speaking? Then, after you've done that, you're going to go back to Google Classroom and respond to the question posted. And remember, this is your interpretation of why Ronald Reagan is a great speaker, not Google's. So we want you guys to consider and evaluate these speeches and decide for yourself like what really makes him the great communicator. So you can see we've posted a question here, and you guys are going to go respond to that. The first thing you're going to do is summarize what your two speeches were about. So you need 3 to 4 sentences about what your two speeches were about. And then the second part of the question is what qualities made Ronald Reagan the great communicator. You need another 2 to 4 sentences on that. So a bare minimum, we need 5 sentences to answer this question. But you are answering this question in Google Classroom after you analyze his speeches. So hopefully that all makes sense. Remember, you can always ask your teachers during their office hours if you need some clarification, anything like that. Have a wonderful day.